am going to make this video based on a question that I had from someone that I follow, and I know that she follows me as well. For Lock's Sake is her name. She asked me to do a hair routine video or product. I can't remember the exact question, but I said, okay, I can do this. I've been locked now a little over 3 years. I think it's been 3 years and 4 months. So this is how my hair is looking now. I just washed it maybe about 3 hours ago. So this is air drying, and normally this is how I would wear my hair to bed, or in any way if I'm not out and about. My hair will be up in some type of pineapple, out of the way, up in the back. So right now it's still a little bit damp, but not by much. So I'm going to go ahead and take this loose. So typically after I wash my hair, this is how it would look. I usually have it sectioned into 4 sections, and I usually braid each section. Because I knew I was going to make this video, I decided not to braid the sections so I wouldn't have to undo them. So what I'm going to do in this video is just talk a little bit about my current routines and what I do with my hair when I'm washing it, as well as on a daily basis. So I'm going to insert a picture of what I use on a daily basis here. I wouldn't use all these products in one day, but these are my go-to staples: the Carol's Daughter Black Vanilla, the Tea Tree Lemon Sage, the Pretty Dimple Hydrating Mist, the Keratin Green Tea Reconstructor, and the Rosemary Root Enhancer would be for my edges. I also use an oil on my scalp. The first bottle, there is water only. In the second bottle, there is water mixed with rosemary essential oils. These are the products that I use to wash my hair with. I use the Fanola Blue shampoo only on the part that has the blonde color. Recently, a friend of mine told me about the Suave Clarifying shampoo, and I started using that. And I also use the Clairol conditioner that comes in the box with the color. Love it. Wish they would sell it on its own. After I wash my hair, I do condition. That is one of those things that you have to use your own best judgment on. I have color treated hair, so I decide to condition my hair. Again, I've been locked almost 3 years and almost 3.5 years, 3 years, 4 months. So for me, knowing that I have color and knowing what type of hair that I have to condition my hair. So in this video, I'm going to be taking my hair down and just showing you how and what I do after I wash my hair. I've recently colored my hair completely except for the blonde parts. And I did that because I had a lot of gray coming. With it being winter now, I wanted to let go of a little bit of the blonde, but not all of it. In the front of my hair, there's still a section in the front, rather, that's blonde. And then if you notice, the rest is not as blonde as it was. You can see some of the blonde peeking through because it was colored over. And what I use to color my hair is Clairol's Textures and Tones. I'll show you. Now, I will say, although I do not gatekeep products or any type of hair knowledge that I know, I will always say do this at your own risk, because what my hair can tolerate, your hair may not be able to, and I wouldn't want you to do anything damaging to your hair. When I was a natural, this product was too dark for me for the color that I wanted to go. My natural color is like a number 4, which is a light brown. This is dark, and even though on the box it would show that it would give me a browner color, it actually was dark. So let's say this is my natural color, a little bit lighter, and that's supposed to be the color that it changes to. My hair never change to that color. It would always be this right here. Okay. And then with this color as a natural, my hair would get way too light. So even though, let's say this was my natural color and this was supposed to be what my hair turned to, my hair would turn this funny color, lighter even than this. I don't know why, but it would. So what I decided to do, and again, this was experimenting, I decided to mix the two. And I mixed this as it was, this as it was, and then in an applicator bottle, I put them both together and shook it up real good. And that's how I got this color right here, this color brown, if you can see it. And I like it. Like I said, some of the blonde is peeking through because I had bleached some of the tips, but I like it for the most part. So for the blonde color, I did bleach a while ago, and then I re-bleached a few of them, the roots, but I didn't leave it in that long. That's why you see the odd colors right there. And because I'm doing this myself and I am not a colorist, I realize that it's not going to come out 100%, you know, correct or the way I may envision it in my head. So I'm okay with that. When I bleached a few weeks ago from here to here, I felt like my locks were starting to look frizzy, which to me was a sign of damage. And so that's why I did not put another color on it, because I didn't want them to break off. Like I said, I will experiment with my hair, but I am reasonable. And that's not a place where I would want my hair to break off. So I said it before and I'm going to say it again. I think I'm going to hold back on the bleach. The bleaching can get addictive because you get that pop of color that you really, really may desire with the blonde. It's a color that I want, but I realize that I just may not be able to achieve it. And I'm okay with that. I have to be okay with that. So before I start showing you the process of when I actually wash my hair, what I do, I just want to do a quick length check for you guys and get it out the way. So this is what my hair is currently. And this is 3 years of growth. If you guys remember, if you watch any of my videos, then you'll know that I started off with like 4 inches of hair when I started locking, when I got these Sisterlocks installed. So yeah, the picture you see here is after my first retightening, I believe. This is how my hair looks now. It's still, like I said, damp. What I'm going to do as I talk is just oil my scalp up a bit. So what I normally do, and this is not on a daily basis, I would say, but this is more with my wash routine, which I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so here's my wash routine. Those little speckles are water. I'm just showing you guys that I've already washed my hair and now I'm taking it a loose section by section to add a little bit of conditioner. The section out as thorough as possible so that I won't leave room for buildup. And I I repeat this on the other 3 sections. Once I feel that all the conditioner is out of that particular section, I wring it as thorough as possible, and then I use a t-shirt. So now going back to after my wash routine, which is where I'm at now. I washed my hair, like I said, about 3 hours ago. So with the toweling of it with that t-shirt, my hair is not soaking wet or dripping wet. It's actually, I would say, 85% dry. What I'm going to do now is the next part of my routine, which is oiling my scalp. I don't oil my scalp while my hair is completely wet because I really want the oil to be on my scalp versus on my locks. And also, I'm going to be honest with you, I do not pop my locks like I should. I know you're supposed to do one by one and go through and pop each one, but I have almost 600 locks, and that's coming down from over 700. My patience level will not allow me to pop each one, but I try to keep them separated as I wash as well as when I'm drying. So this is the first step that I do. I can't find this oil anywhere. I bought this like when I first got locked because I've always had like itchy scalp issues. So I bought this. And so what I do is, as you see, is hardly any oil left in here. It's barely any oil left. But what I do is I mix the other oil that I have that I showed you on the picture. I mix that in with this because I'm trying to keep the little bit of this that I have left. I really like this oil because to me, it seemed like it did stop my scalp from itching as badly as it did. So I put a little bit of oil on my scalp and rub it in. And I do this through my whole head. I just don't like to see a lot of fuzz in my hair. I had one lock back here somewhere that I noticed one day just playing in my hair that it had a lot of fuzz, and it just like drove me crazy. But what I didn't want to do is get in a habit of picking at it so much that I mess up the integrity of the lock, because again, my personality is if I see that it's really bad, I'll cut it off, and I'm trying to not do that. But that is something that I would do, which is cut it off and maybe combine it to the one next to it, because I really don't want that fuzz, and then I didn't want to mess with it so bad that it was scraggly. So again, this is one of the no-nos. I know you're supposed to pop your locks. I don't. I run my fingers through and that pull. I do this when I'm washing. I do this after I finish washing, as well as when I'm drying. Are my parts super straight? Probably not. Could they be more straighter? Absolutely, if I did pop each lock individually. So that's something that I realize and I have to be okay with. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So I get up here, and again, it's not a whole lot of oil that I'm using on my hair. I wash my hair typically 2 to 3 weeks. In the summer, a lot more because it can dry quicker. In the winter, it doesn't dry as much. When I was having itchy scalp issues really bad, I was washing my hair weekly, and that's because my scalp bothered me so terribly. Now it's not doing that as much. I also have a product I'm going to show you. It was listed in the products that I showed you earlier that my loctician gave me, and it's for your edges because I've always had weak edges. And so I try my best to be mindful of my edges when I go to see the loctician. I have a really great loctician now, and she listens to me. So she respects my opinion with dyeing or coloring my hair. She doesn't agree with it, but she respects that it's my hair, and I really like that because even though she doesn't agree with it, she allows me the freedom of knowing that this is my hair, and saying all that, saying that I know the risk of what I do as well. So again, I'm just putting the oil on my scalp, and you see in real time what I'm doing. If I wasn't videoing, the only thing different is I probably would take a little bit more time, but I don't want to leave you all with a 45-minute video of me just oiling my scalp. So I'm just showing you how I oil my scalp, and I'm going to finish this little bit off camera so that I won't take up the full video of me oiling my scalp. So as soon as I get up here, I'll come right back. So I'm at the very top, so I'm going to just show you guys real quick how I oil the very top. So this is where we are, and I just put a little oil like I did throughout my whole head. So now that I've oiled my whole scalp, I'm just going to flip my hair forward and get it out the way. And I don't know if you remember earlier, I said that my loctician gave me this particular oil to use. I don't know where she got it from. She orders it, she said. But she gave it to me as a gift. She's so sweet. So like I was saying, she gave it to me to use for my edges. She said that she bought it and bought a few of them for her clients. So this is the box that it came in. Again, I'm not sure where she bought it from. It was a gift, and I wouldn't ask where she bought it from. This is the product. It's called Rosemary Root Enhancer. Okay, so what I've been doing, and I have to be honest, I don't do it regularly as I should, but it does seem like it makes a difference. I just spray it around my edges because really I don't sorry, I don't need any root enhancer other than just keeping my edges together. And it's a very light mist, and then I just kind of massage it in. I use it in the back, even though it's not thin. I want to get another layer of hair to grow in right here so that these locks will be even for when I put up my hair in a ponytail. So just for maintenance, it does tingle, you know. I feel that's a good thing. Spray some in my eye, sorry y'all. But I had a friend ask me about why I pineapple my hair forward versus putting it all in a bun in the back. 2 reasons. I pineapple my hair forward because whether I'm sleeping or whether it's at night or whether during the day when I have nothing to do, all the weight is off of the front of my hair, which is the weakest point of my hair. So I keep all the weight off of the weakest point of my hair. It's not pulling down. It's not, even when I'm sleeping, it's not agitated. I don't have any problems whatsoever. But I like to pineapple my hair forward because, again, I have weak edges. And it keeps the weight off of my hair because you see this isn't tight at all. But at the same time, my hair is being maintained. Okay, so after I spray the root stimulator and massage it into my edges, this is when I may stop here, or if I know that I have something to do the very next day and I want my hair styled, I would style it here because it's just a little damp. So before I would go to bed, I would either let it just air completely out. I wouldn't tie my hair down like this. I probably will let it air dry a bit because I don't ever want to get that moldy, smelly smell in my locks. Right now, just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and style it even though I don't have anywhere to go. So I will pull it out. And what I'm going to do here, from here, is just braid it. Nothing fancy, just braid it. Because what I would do is just have a little bit of a braid out. And what you just saw me spray is this tea tree lemon sage. I love this. There is no buildup. It smells so good. And again, this came from Amazon. It's a 5-in-1 conditioner. It's a leave-in. It's very light, as you see. Leaves no buildup. So, like I said, I would braid it, which I'm going to do a little bit on here, and then I'm going to finish up off camera. So I'm going to do the first one on here. So as I'm braiding, and if you notice, before I forget, as I'm doing anything with my hair, I always go down the shaft, and that's so that my hair will get in a habit of going back flat versus being frizzy. I always go down the shaft. I always pull down the shaft when I'm washing or anything. And this just helps to keep the frizz at the minimum for my hair. So give me a moment. I'm going to tie this with the rubber band and then I'll be back. Real quick before I forget, I wanted to say that I just incorporated this steamer into a bit of my hair regimen. So you guys and me are going through that at the same time because this was the very first time that I used it in this wash that I showed. Now, I bought this steamer on Amazon and it's just a regular clothes steamer because I didn't want to invest in a hair steamer if it really didn't work. So I tried to find videos of people using hair steamer on locks and I came across one. And just to give a shout out, I'll put her name here because I really don't remember it. So it was a little cheap steamer, just so I can see if steaming my hair actually feels like it does a difference. I will say that this heats up and it bubbles. So when the steam comes out, it is pretty hot. So you have to be careful. But again, this was my first time trying it in this wash. So we're doing this together. And I will tell you later on if I continue to use it or if it affected my locks in any kind of way. So I did want to say that before I forget. Okay, so I'm all braided up for the night. I just put my hair in these big old plaits. Nothing fancy, nothing special. So it's pretty much dry. Just to make sure that there is some kind of crimp, I would just take this water only spray bottle. Just spray it up a little bit. And then I am going to take my clip, my hair clip, which is stretchy. And I'm going to, again, pull all my hair forward, because I like to pineapple my hair forward and it doesn't affect my sleep. So I'm going to go ahead and tie this up like so. And this is it. And I'll show you how it comes out tomorrow when I take it loose. So until then, see ya.